Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Trav, and very excited to be able to chat with you guys today. It's been a little bit. And let me just tell you guys right off the bat here that this entire time we've been apart, I've been thinking about you. So, welcome. Thank you guys so much for taking your time. We're gonna have a powerful AMA today here and deliver you guys some updates. Oh, good to see Alex is back. Alex, thank you so much for being here. We also have Dima or
Hi guys.
Dimitri from Tectum as well here. So we're here to give you guys those updates, answer a bunch of questions here, and just keep the ball rolling here. Not long ago, we spoke about how Tectum is ready to start a comeback. And while we have definitely had some bumps in the road, the main message we want to relate to you guys today is that comeback, nothing has changed. We are still fully committed to making that comeback happen. So without further ado, let's introduce our guest here once again. First of all, Alexander Guseff, the founder and CEO of Tectum. Alex, thank you so much for being here today. How's your day off to so far?
My pleasure.
Good. Perfect. Excellent. And we also see we have got some audience piling in here as well. Just wanted to give you guys a quick shout out. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to be a part of this conversation here today. Definitely keep any questions you may have in mind, and we will do our best to field as many as we possibly can. And let's just get back into it. Dimitri, welcome. Good to see your face again.
Hey guys, long time no see, Trav, as well. How you been?
Yes. Hey, good to see you. Thank you so much for being back here with us here today. And last we saw each other, Dima, we were doing, I'd say, about 2 or 3 AMAs a day during the previous month here. So it's good to see you back again here. Excellent. So, gentlemen, let's just dive right into it. Let's start off by maybe talking about some good news. What do you guys think? Should we start talking about the EPOS?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. So we do have a video we want to share with you guys here. But maybe before we do, let's introduce the EPOS itself. For anyone who may not have been up to date on all of the products and all the advancements that Tectum is introducing these days. So Alex, do you want to take a moment and just kind of let everyone know what the EPOS is all about and why it's a game changer?
EPOS, SoftNote EPOS is a digital wallet which functions as a bank payment terminal. Basically, it inherited. We assigned the functions of a traditional, conventional payment EPOS, electronic point of sale, bank terminal, to a smartphone using crypto payments through contactless payment. New technology, BLE technology, newly unlocked by Google and Apple technology. About 6 months ago, I believe they unlocked that function for developers, and we immediately conquered that and implemented it in our Tectum wallet first, and then EPOS second. Basically, in layman's terms, SoftNote EPOS will allow 14-year-old kid, to wipe your windshield in Malaysia and allow you to pay him 50 cents in Bitcoin right through the windshield.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's banking the unbanked. We have a huge portion of our world population unbanked or poorly banked. It will have simplified KYC. Well, it does have simplified KYC. It does have contactless payment. And our job right now is to onboard as many cryptocurrencies as possible. Right now, it's accepting. It only accepts Tectum token and USDT. We're adding ERC20 network with all Ethereum wrapped, ERC20 wrapped cryptocurrencies to it, and then L1 capabilities in March. which basically will allow anyone in the world to download the app, to onboard, not even to go through KYC. Actually, as a sole proprietor, it will have two options: as to set it up as a company with multiple terminals and multiple points of sale and multiple cashiers. Like, for example, you're an owner of a chain restaurant and you have multiple restaurants, and every restaurant has 10 waitresses, right? So, so you will have, for example, 10
terminals.
10, yeah, no, you will have 10 restaurants, you will have 10 points, 10 locations, and every location will have 10 points of sale. And as an owner, you will be able to monitor it. It's got basic, for now, CRM system with reports, in order for the entrepreneur, merchant, to be able to pay taxes and to produce financial reports. And also, we have a function to go directly to the terminal and use it as a sole proprietor. That's for the part of the population which work basically for themselves. That's the guy in the streets who sells tacos. He's unused to cryptocurrency, and if he's got he gets the opportunity to increase his sales by 20% or by 40% by being able to service people who are willing to pay with cryptocurrencies from various wallets, like from MetaMask wallet, from Trust wallet, Binance wallet, any wallet, through QR code. You'll be able to do that as an entrepreneur.
Awesome.
We basically want to, mass adopt crypto payments around the world.
And
Perfect.
I'd like to emphasize on this part. When we're saying we want to mass adopt crypto payments, we actually mean crypto payments. We are not linked to Visa, MasterCard, right? Because there's quite a few
on ramp, off ramp. Yes, exactly. I apologize. I missed it, Dimitri.
That's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, just if I can just ask a clarifying question here today. One of the questions that we get a lot from the community is, when are we going to onboard merchants to actually start to use the technology that we've created to increase that volume that's used on the Tectum blockchain here? This is a huge part of that solution. Actually having the technology ready to go so that we can start onboarding all of these merchants and starting to generate that momentum. Is this a part of that solution that we are talking about?
Well, I'm an engineer, so I cannot answer in a simple way, right? I have to make it complicated, but I will do my best. Basically, we can start onboarding merchants now.
Amazing.
The trick is that the preliminary onboarding was done in 2024 by our mass adoption team when EPOS was only in plans, and we already have a database of 240 merchants which signed up, and they signed preliminary agreement agreeing to use our services. How many of those 240 merchants we're going to be able to salvage, I don't know, but we are forming mass adoption team right now. The new year just started, so 2026 just started. So we probably will go through those 240 first, and then we're gonna start spreading the word. We probably should consider using one of the ISO systems, independent sales organization systems,
Yes.
which is a referral-based system, reward-based system, where young, dynamic, energetic people around the world just look around for merchants and receive reward for rewarding the merchant, and then they get percent for a period of time, for a year or two, and then don't forget, 20% goes to TCT holders in one shape or form. one or another.
Of course, of course. No, that was, I'm happy you brought that up. That was something I wanted to remind our audience as well here, is that there is direct benefit to holders of the TCT token here as well here. So Dima, I'm curious, is there anything else you want to add to this before we jump into the video demonstration here?
I can only emphasize that you see what really differentiates Tectum, at least in my eyes, right, is that we have a very strong community that has been with us for quite some time, actually. You know, the community has been with us for good and bad. And you see, at some point we realized that perhaps, you know, we can actually involve that community to help us and, well, obviously help themselves to get to make money. Perhaps that community can be that starting point in between us and merchants, right? And obviously, as Alex just mentioned, of course, we do have a developed commercial system to reward those people that are willing to step up, that are willing to make a commission. But I feel like this is the very true Web3 project, right? Because we're not trying to operate it just on ourselves, but we're also trying to involve the community as much as possible. See, we did launch the TCT token, and the TCT is part of the EPOS system, and EPOS in itself is exactly made for those people. EPOS is made for the people that are willing to, let's say, sell tacos to someone, you know, I don't know, in Mexico, in Nigeria, whatever, right? And also EPOS is for the people that are willing to find those merchants, right? And if that person who found that merchant, he's also a holder of TCT, that really means he'll be double profit just because of the commissions.
Phenomenal. And just as a reminder for how the reward systems works for holders of the TCT token, essentially the only charge that is incurred for the usage of the EPOS terminal is when the merchant themselves withdraws the funds into their personal wallet. And there's that is capped at 1%. And of that 1% of the fees, 20% of that goes directly to TCT holders in the form of an airdrop. So the more merchants we onboard, which we are ready for it, and we already have a list of merchants to get going with this technology, the more rewards go back to our TCT holders and our community here. So it's awesome to be able to see that we're coming full circle now. This question that we've been getting in AMAs for the past year is we finally have a practical, actionable answer that is in the works. And without further ado, shall we show the video demonstration of this actually working?
We should absolutely show the actual product, not just an answer, but the product that we have currently developed. Absolutely.
Thank you for that, Dimitri. So I don't believe that this has any sound, but the sound is maxed, and I don't think I heard it.
Alex can comment on it if he's fine with it. Regarding the actions, you know what's happening on the screen. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'll play this.
Yes. I can comment.
Actually, this is the shorter one, I believe. So let me
play the long one. Yeah, go for the long one.
Long one. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
We'll remove this video file. There we go. Perfect. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. So EPOS is on the right side. EPOS app is on the right side. Our SoftNote wallet is on the left side. So they're connecting to each other via Bluetooth. They don't have to touch each other. They don't need to touch each other. BLE is a low energy Bluetooth technology, which does not function exactly as NFC.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no need for the phones to actually physically touch each other. So you can actually do it right through the window of your car without actually opening the window. You can do it through the glass. $1.
That's awesome.
$1 QR code or BLE.
So that's the BLE that's being used. That's amazing.
Yes, BLE. Yeah. Well, BLE is it's a new game on the market, as I said. I believe through the core system, Apple and Google were forced to unlock that technology for the developers because that's the future. You know, that's the future after QR code. That's what's going to happen next after QR code.
That's amazing. So So go ahead.
withdrawal function, and this is the withdrawal function. You see, as soon as you receive that payment, you're able to withdraw it straight into your wallet, or in that case, any wallet that we support the networks on. So for now, it's only the T12 network, and then later on, as Alex has mentioned already, it will be the ERC networks. So you can either go
QR code.
Yes, the QR code from our wallet, let's say, or the first tab over there is basically just 2 taps, because the EPOS app is already connected to your account.
Let me explain to folks why we also display QR code payment, because when EPOS will be our goal is to make sure that SoftNote EPOS accepts payment from any wallet in the world. For example, MetaMask mobile app doesn't have access to BLE. So the only way to accept payment from MetaMask mobile app is through QR code. So we're gonna have both QR code and BLE. BLE will be only, unfortunately, for now, accessible to Tectum wallet payments, SoftNote wallet payments. It's one wallet.
Gotcha. For now, though, if I'm hearing that correctly.
Well, I mean, that's up to them. It's not in our power to make MetaMask developers to add BLE. We don't control we don't control MetaMask developers or other. Yeah, you see, this is this way and this is this way.
Your function. Yeah.
Perfect. And just to clarify once again here as well, with the BLE transfers, that's the Bluetooth Low Energy once again here, you do not need an internet connection to make that happen. Is that correct?
Incorrect. You're talking about cold pay. Let's talk about it next.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. That's why it's called. That's why it's called cold pay. We just actually filed for trademark recently.
Got you. Perfect. No.
Yeah. I will explain the difference. Cold pay is a purely Web3 app connected to liquidity pool. EPOS is a commercial application, blockchain-based application. So it's a hybrid Web3 and Web2 application, because it uses our centralized Tectum 3.0 blockchain.
Right.
Because it historically was made that way, naturally turned out that way. We would not have been able to fulfill the to implement commission-free payments and transfers.
Understood.
On 4.1 network, because any public blockchain is a paid entity. It's a paid service, because node owners, they need to earn. That's what you do. You know, like Bitcoin miners. You know, if you want to make Bitcoin payment, you have to pay fees. So if we would have done it this way, then the 50 cents in Bitcoin payments would have become impossible. I mean, you will not pay, nobody will pay $10 commission to Bitcoin to make 50-cent payment.
Absolutely.
Our absolute priority objective has been to conquer micropayments.
I love it. So essentially, Alex, what you're saying is we are taking crypto to the streets. Is that right?
Bingo. Yeah, Bingo. Mark Ross invented it back in 2024.
I remember I was part of that conversation, and I will never forget it.
He's genius. The first thing he did when he saw that, he says, "Alex, we're taking crypto to the streets."
Exactly, and it rings true as well. We're actually allowing crypto to be used for day-to-day transactions, to bank the unbanked, but then to even go to your local coffee shop and use Bitcoin free and instantly to pay for your coffee here. So Let's unless there's anything else you guys want to add to the topic of EPOS, I was going to propose we move on to the next topic. Is there anything else you guys wanted to add?
I do actually to adjust a bit. So what
Sure.
has been missed on that video is that even though it's a demo version, right? So it still has some minor bugs to fix here and there, but it's completely functional. It's completely online. So anyone can literally go into our blockchain explorer and can already see the hashes of those transactions. I've tested it myself. So it's fully live. It's not just imaginary app. No, it's fully live. Hashes are there, transactions.
Can you? Yeah. Why don't you do that? Why don't you drop that link to that particular transaction to Trev, and Trev will post it in the SteamYard chat. So
yeah.
So folks could click on it and see that $1.05.
That's more than fine. I can do it myself. That's more than fine. 1 second, just to find.
Perfect. And while you're doing that, I just want to thank our audience here who's with us today. You guys have been incredibly active in our comments here, and just the amount of support and bullishness that you guys are sharing in the comments today is unbelievable, and we're truly grateful here. We are here for you guys today. So I really appreciate you guys being so active today here. So one thing I will also add is that if you guys do have any questions you want to ask, definitely start to think of those. Feel free to start putting those in the comments here as well. We will absolutely get to those as soon as we can. And that's definitely part of one of our objectives today, is to answer as many questions as we possibly can for the community here. So yeah, Dimitri, I guess I'll leave that to you. You can post it as a comment, and then we'll pin it up to the screen here whenever you are ready. And yeah, I'm not quite sure if you were able to finish your thought here as well about EPOS before we move on.
No, my thought's pretty much finished. You see, it's just that when we launched the first version of EPOS, it was slightly complicated, right? And we decided that first of all, person doesn't need to go through many steps of trying to register the merchant, trying to register a cashier. No, this time we made it as simple as possible, in a sense that if you have a Tectum ID, a Tectum account, you simply log into that, and from that moment onwards, you're practically ready to start payments. So this is literally a 2 steps game of logging in and tapping request payment. That's it. That's how easy it is. So this is a second version of EPOS that has the BLE function, that has the blockchain explorer out there. And obviously, as Alex mentioned, around March-ish, we'll have the third and final version of EPOS with a full support of
L1.
L1, basically. Yeah, that's the correct term.
Awesome. So just as a reminder to anyone who's curious to check out the Tectum Blockchain Explorer.
Yeah, this is the $1 transaction out there, so it's fully visible there. You can see the transaction did actually happen.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, Dimitrius, could you be so kind and DM it to me? I will post it in our Tectum chat.
Perfect. And if you'd like as well, so people can actually access this, if you want to actually, so for the post on the Tectum profile here, if you want to actually put it as a comment under the post, because that way it will be easily accessible. We can have that as like the first post in the thread below the actual live stream itself. So if people want to actually check that out, it's there for them to do so here. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to SAAA_TM. We definitely, he's been one of our OG community members here. He left a comment under the stream that said, "Here we go, first AMA of 2026. Let it be a fruitful year for adoption. TET and TCT." Appreciate you, my friend. Excellent. So while we were getting those links posted here, and of course, I just want to mention Ilner. Appreciate you. Tectum fam is, of course, the best here. We appreciate you guys so much. Let's move on to our next question here. And this one is about personal investments of founders towards the mass adoption. I know you guys have an announcement to talk about in this realm here. Is there any? I'll just send the mic over to you.
It's not quite an announcement. It's more of the something we want to make clear and transparent to the community.
Yeah, well, you know yourself why, because there's been due to the market events and their recent token price drop. There's been lots of talks about dumps and their founders doing this and founders doing that, and I'm thinking like, you know what, why don't I just sell something and invest it in liquidity, invest it in the team. And other team members said, okay, I will sell a car, okay, I will sell apartment, I mean, boom, and here we go. We got like another $1.5 million going into the project in the next couple of months when market picks up. Yeah,
That's
last year I
incredible.
remember I remember we had this AMA last year, and people say like I remember some guy told me like, is it true that you sold tokens and bought yourself villa in Dubai? I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? I bought corporate apartment in Dubai. Like, well, hell, you know what? I'm gonna sell it.
Nice.
I don't. I don't need it. I don't want people to talk about me this way.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's not gonna make me less of a man or less of an entrepreneur if I do that. But I'm gonna be clean in front of community. If they think that way, or at least if some of them think that way, I'm gonna just do it. So I listed it in 20th, somewhere like end of December. I don't remember.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, it will sell quickly. I put a good price on it, and I'll just put the money back in the business.
Perfect. No, I mean, I'd argue the opposite. I think selling your own personal assets to divert funds back into Tectum itself, your project, is a
Well,
sign
it's
of a
not
very
my
strong
apartment.
entrepreneur.
It's not. It's not. It's. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I wasn't really asking for. Wasn't really like like looking for compliment, pat on the back. But really appreciate you saying that. I'm just saying that I was raised in 80s and 90s. When there was no internet, and what your word and what you said, that's all you had. And now when somebody tells me something like, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! You just don't know me. The problem is that people who lost money in that token, um, they just came in and they don't see 8 years of our work. And I feel bad for guys because they will miss great opportunity. They're gonna miss great opportunity, and hopefully they will come back. And I'm not looking for them to repent. I'm not a preacher, but I'll have lots of fun watching them have nothing to say.
Nope, that's perfect. I mean, the
Kind, kind, kind,
conviction
kind,
is
kind of my little revenge to fathers.
Mhm.
Exactly. It's always much easier to fud than to actually build something, than to put effort into something. And you
Yes.
see the way it is.
Oh,
Tech has always been committed to build, and
Yes.
we are simply committed to the products that we have. We're committed to bringing crypto to the street. I know it's a cliche phrase, right? But it is something we actually believe in. And this is something we actually strive towards with the latest developments, such as the EPOS, right? That is made for those smaller merchants. So, I say
correct.
in this case, actions speak louder than the words.
Very well
Yeah,
said,
and
Dimitri.
and I need to actually should probably apologize in front of community for not showing up at the AMAs for like over a month. But I just had a son, and he is 8 months old, and I'm on. I'm not in Dubai currently. I'm gonna go to Dubai probably in the next couple of few weeks because I have meetings with uh, potential major partnerships, possibly with airline. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm superstitious. I'm gonna say anything ahead of time. And because of that cold pay thing, cold pay allows to do payments in off-grid environment, basically in a concrete bunker. or in the middle of Pacific Ocean, and
Wow.
and this is big for the airlines, because most of the airlines do not have a free access to the internet. Well, I mean, obviously, of course, yeah, like if you're given a child birth to a child, or you have emergency, you're gonna get access to the internet, but it's expensive, and it's an extra, it's a luxury, luxury upsale.
Yes.
But yeah, but we can turn the airplane in the midair into the shopping mall.
Phenomenal. No, absolutely. I think that's wonderful. And the cool thing with cold pay as well is that while that will be a huge not demographic, a huge portion of life where people can actually it solves that problem of being unable to access, like, make crypto transfers in very specific situations. But Dimitri, you also brought up another incredible use case for something like this.
Have I?
Talking about
Oh, yes, of course. Back in, when was it, November and December, right? So when we were on one of the AMAs, I was thinking, okay, so what can be the other use case for the cold pay? And I remembered myself being in the middle of the city of London, right, next to the Piccadilly Circus, in fact. And the amount of people in that place at once is simply too much for the network carrier to function properly, right? And let's say if you're a businessman, right, and you're sitting out there in the city of London, and Piccadilly Circus, Leicester Square, anywhere, right, and you're sitting out there in a cafe, and you're about to make a big deal. You're about to sign documents, and okay, fine, you send the documents, right, with a pen and a paper, but then you need to make a payment. And the internet is so bad that it simply delays everything. And the worst thing about that, it's not even the delay itself, but it's the errors that sometimes are caused by the bad network connection. So I say that's one of the greatest examples of how beneficial the cold pay can be for any individual whenever he's on the plane, middle of Pacific Ocean, or simply in the congested type of area, right? The cold pay is aimed to solve that problem of a bad network, of the unstable network, and the possible financial losses behind those.
That's huge, and something that everyone in the world can benefit from. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
And I mean, under normal conditions, I would hate to say that, but the truth is, we are entering the era of drone wars, and drones need internet. They need cellular internet to reach a target, because they go by GPS. So what military does, they install scramblers. Well, the first thing scramblers do, they interrupt internet, mobile internet. So all you got is home Wi-Fi internet. And what you're gonna do if you wanna sell if you're selling on the street? There's lots of
sense.
Yeah, I mean, look at the remote areas. Look at the big cities. I mean, Calcutta. Jesus Christ! I mean, it's just you go and you go and you go. Bangkok, Thailand in general, just people on the streets. Everybody's offering services. You sell products, you do groceries, drinks, services, and these are all micropayments. Right now, micropayments are inaccessible to crypto lovers.
No, that makes a ton of sense. So I think that ties us back to the main goal and vision for Tectum. It's to bring crypto and all of its utility to literally everyone, everywhere, regardless of your socioeconomic status, regardless of where you live. Like, these solutions truly offer new ways of accessing funds and products to literally anyone. So yeah, no, that's exciting to hear that, all of the different implications of these products for people all over the world here. And I'm really excited to have this conversation with you guys live and in front of almost 300 of our most dedicated community members here. So thank you guys once again. We have actually a really good question from our audience here. I'm going to pop this one up onto the screen and read it to you guys. You guys mentioned over 200 businesses for EPOS. Are there any big known businesses that you guys can announce at this time?
If you allow me to answer this question, first of all, I'd like to begin with a statement that, the era of hype within the Web3 is finished. Let's be straight, right? Not many projects are hyped right now, and people in Web3, they're already experienced enough to see the real picture behind any hype, right? So when it comes to any big announcements, right, we as a company, we would prefer actions to speak louder than words in that case, right? So we would rather not hype, not go into any details, who are we talking to, who are we partnering with. Once it's done, once it's signed, this will be the moment when we actually announce it. But then when it comes to merchants, right, we did mention, Alex did mention that we have over 200 businesses.
240 something merchants been signed up.
I think it was 245. Yeah, exactly. They did sign up.
It was 2024 after our 2049 conference. We did that action, and we dedicated like 6 months to approaching people around the world. I mean, we're talking about French Polynesia, Dimitris. We're talking about islands all over the world, like Australia, India, Latin America, Canada. Unbelievable, and we were so happy. But then we got rerouted into 4.1 blockchain because everybody wanted public blockchain. So we decided to finish it, and we were unable to do both. It's impossible to do both. It's a huge piece of work. It's like lots of components. It's one thing just to grab a bunch of components from GitHub. You have no idea who developed, and you don't know what's inside, right? Another thing is to do things from scratch, and we're very proud to be able to say that we are actually. I mean, I can put my name on it. I can put my signature on it. I can really vouch for that we really developed our software from scratch. Tectum is done from scratch. EPOS is done from scratch. SoftNote is done from scratch. You will not find a single piece of somebody else's code in it.
Which is, and at the end of the day, it's pretty remarkable to be able to have, and definitely adds a whole other level of credibility to the work and the products that you guys are building here. So very awesome.
It's not even the credibility, Trevor. You see, it's the fact that whenever you do something from the scratch, you simply know every single piece of it, how it works, right? Every single detail of how it works. It's one thing, working with something, ready to go and improving, building upon it. But then let's say if something goes wrong with it, you have to rely on external services for them to fix it. Perhaps on the developers that made that software, right? But when you build something from the scratch, it's your own responsibility. You simply know how it works. You simply know how it functions. And this is the case with Tectum. Our blockchain is very, I believe the right word would be unconventional, unorthodox, right? It's very unique in that sense because one, it's built from the scratch. And second thing, despite the 4.1 being decentralized, it still hits the speeds up to 500k TPS.
Wow.
That thing can actually be checked on chain, as one of our community members did. So
unbelievable.
It's a very unique product. It is a niche product, but yet unique.
Well, that's incredible. So just to emphasize a couple of points here. First things first, we're talking about the Tectum 4.1 blockchain. The difference between Tectum 4.1 blockchain and the 3.0 blockchain is the 3.0 is the centralized blockchain, which is used to actually empower those microtransactions. And that's the one that has the transaction speed at 3.5 million TPS. Now, the benefit of the 4.1 blockchain is that it's completely decentralized, yet it still allows for speeds of over 500,000 TPS, which is remarkable here. And Dimitri, I really appreciate that point that you brought up about essentially having this being completely proprietary. No single line of code is taken from an outside source. It's all made from scratch within the Tectum team. I appreciate how you commented on how that contributes to the efficiency. Essentially, it allows the processes to be much more fluid and fast because that understanding comes from within, as opposed to having to rely on outside sources for the code and then essentially having to rely on them for further like support services if something goes wrong. So that's a really important point to bring up, and I'm really glad that you did here. So yeah, perfect, guys. Here we go. I had another great question that just popped up here is, do you have any plans to perform a speed test on the new chain? You promote the fastest blockchain yet have no recognition. Let's talk about that here, guys.
I guess I can begin with the centralized part, right? About the no recognition according to the user.
No, I just say, if you allow me to answer this question.
Of course, you're the engineer behind everything.
Yeah. In order to understand blockchain speed test, you need to understand how blockchain works. You have a node, Tectum node or Solana node, right? Well, how many transactions, how many times you can click on a button with your finger? Or let's say you write an app, right? Which will click for you. Well, how many transactions can you do? So you need, in order to prove that you have 1,000,000 transactions, you need to have 1,000 nodes. Or you bundle and sign transactions by one node ahead of time, right? Because, the speed of your node, which is installed on your computer, affects the speed of a blockchain. It's like putting the regular tires on a Ferrari and then complain that it doesn't go fast. You got a 600 horsepower engine and you got the tires from a Volkswagen Golf, and you refuse to. You say, well, you know what? I'm not gonna buy this Ferrari because it doesn't run. It doesn't reach 200 miles per hour. Of course, the tires are gonna blow up. And the same thing with blockchain. When 4.1 was released, 4.0 and then 4.1, 4.1 significantly differs from 4.0 because it does have a path, a vector already stretched to consensus. So when we're talking about blockchain speed, we're talking about bundle transactions, because you cannot really, there is no way to prove blockchain speed. Because what you're gonna do? Well, you got 2-3 nodes, and you're sitting and clicking with your finger. $1, $1, one Tectum token, one token, one token, one token, one token, one token. Well, you got 20 transactions per second. I had this one guy writing to me, I just tested your blockchain. It's like 20 transactions per second, and I said to him, I said, yeah, and I said, like, and I writing to him, like, you idiot, you cannot do it with your finger. It's your finger that's doing 20 transactions per second, not my blockchain. So, and I left it the guy because he's completely incompetent. He doesn't understand what he's talking about. So we're talking about the two-tier validation framework, which is designed to complement each other. It wrestles with each other. You got an archiving mode. It in a way it resembles Solana, because Solana always got the archivers. And actually, as you know, Solana doesn't have open source code. Still in the beta mode. I'm not saying anything against Solana. I'm in love with Solana. What I'm saying is that the amount of work these guys have done is tremendous. It's enormous. And they basically turned the blockchain into the marketplace, right? And they're genius. But what I'm saying is there are limitations of what you can do in this world. You cannot put Ferrari on a Volkswagen Golf wheels and then get all offended because it doesn't drive 300 miles per hour. So you need to automate transaction, sign up, and that depends on the speed of your machine. If it's on your laptop, well, your laptop will not do 500 transactions per second. Why are you complaining that my blockchain doesn't process those transactions? Those transactions need to be signed by your machine with your private key. Then they need to be signed by the archiver and sent to a validator for validation. But by then, transaction is already written in the block. That's why it's so fast. So Solana did not manage to do that. They did when they started. They did one archiving mode, which was absolutely inaccessible to anyone, and a bunch of validator nodes. Well, now we were looking at this in 2024, and we were saying, like, hold on a second, this is redundant. Why would you even need then validators? I mean, isn't it enough like to have like 3-5 archiving modes, super fast, super powerful machines loaded with video cards, which sign transactions? Because in order to sign transaction, you need to be able to you need to be able to produce a key, and you need to be able to sign it with that key. Because blockchain is all about private keys. that's why it is blockchain, because nobody knows your private key. There is no accounts. Blockchain doesn't have accounts. It doesn't have users. It has private keys. That's all it does. Blockchain 3.0 doesn't have. It's not a private key based system. It's an account based system, because it's a user oriented system. We did it on purpose to make it super fast, and we reached it because it hit like 3.5 million transactions per second. Why? Because it's an account-based system. Because all the signing, all transactions signing, validation happens on the server end. Well, on the multiple server ends, because it has to be redundant. It's blockchain after all. And now that we got this 4.1, we rolled it out and it's been tested. And to answer these guys' question, when we're gonna write this mode, well, we need to write microservice for that. It's a microservice. It's a microservice which generates a bunch of real transactions using your node funds. Okay. Well, first question: whose funds? Who is willing to pay commission for a million transactions? Second of all, who is gonna participate in that test, and how you're gonna really prove that this test is real by video? So we have to provide that node and post it. That's like 6 months work, for 3-4 guys. It's lots of work. If somebody here, like, how many people have 300, 500? If anybody here like done software development, really, try that. Try to write that microservice and give it to me, and I'll pay you money. Write that microservice for my 4.10 node, and we will reward you. Because right now I would rather release EPOS and I will start and I will go revenue positive. And as soon as we go revenue positive, everybody will start clapping in the hands and saying, "Oh, Tectum is a winner." And I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna release EPOS, and then I'm gonna come back to 4.1, probably midsummer, and finish that and do that speed test.
Perfect.
Just to prove one short point that we are like 400 transactions fast. We showed it. We can show the video, we can show everything, but to write that microservice is a pain in the ass. Just to prove it to 5 people that we are that fast.
Alex, I tell you even more. It's not just about proving. Who really cares about the speed? As far as it works for its intentions, right? As far as you do not have any conjunctions, as let's say the Solana had with the Trump coin, right? Whatever it was, right? As far as it basically works and does enough transaction speed for the amount of transactions you have, I say, personally, in my opinion, right? The speeds do not matter. It just must work. It doesn't matter how it works inside. As far as it works, I say it's good enough.
Well, yeah. But you see, the argument was our initial our creed, our statement, what brought people to Tectum back in 2021 was that we're the fastest blockchain in the world, but blockchain 4.0 did not exist back then. We had only components. We had blockchain 3.0, which ran at 3.5 million transactions per second. Do you want me to shard it? I'll do 50. Is it gonna make anybody any money? You know, TCT holders are gonna start getting their royalties. No, I'm saying just let's start making money. Let's go revenue positive. Let's drive that token price up to $100 and just laugh at those who laughed at us. You know, you know, just I'm not trying to be revengeful. It's just you know, you cannot really help yourself but be emotional about it when you invest 8 years of your life into something and somebody tells me that you cheating us. You know, I'm like, you kidding me? You know,
Perfect.
and
So
yeah. So the idea of 4.1 is far from being dead. It's far from being dead. But we're humans. We have limited resources. We're not Solana. We did not get 250 million funding. You know,
perfect. No, I
yeah. There is a difference.
perfect. So just to kind of clarify, just to close the loop here for the question here that was asked, and once again, really appreciate you asking this question. There is a plan to perform the speed test on this new chain. It's the fact of the matter is that we are going to focus on EPOS for now, start ramping up that revenue, and then sometime this summer we'll actually focus back on Tectum 4.1. Fact of the matter, again, just to emphasize, is that the chain does work, and the point is to, with the limited resources that we do have, focus on boosting the EPOS, start generating those revenues, and then pivot back to Tectum 4.1. And at that time, the test will be done. Is that correct, Dmitry?
Yeah, and I said it's a very legitimate point in the sense that, you know, previously, and Alex, I believe you will confirm on this, we made the mistake of jumping from one thing to another, then to a third thing. Right now,
we got lured. Yeah, we were ripped off. You see, for a long time and through entire 2024, and this is like really like, I mean, this is like a truth, you know. I mean, this is like a really harsh truth right now. I'm saying we got ripped into pieces inside the team, and I'm talking in a good way. I'm not saying that we had fights and anything. I'm saying just in a good way. We got split. We had this fork situation where part of the team really was for Web3, you know, and I am for Web3. I'm Bitcoin max, you know. I believe Bitcoin will be $1 billion. Well, according to the math, it will be. Math says, and math rarely lies. Um, and but we have this Web3 and we have this commercial. Well, commercial will make us money. It will take us to $100 billion in few years, right? It will take us to IPO, and everybody will be making money. I mean, why don't we talk about how many people Tectum token made rich in 2024? I know at least 12 who made over $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah, and these are the guys who really worked. They work hard, and they deserve this.
No, that's perfect. And I think just to
yeah,
sorry,
yes,
go ahead, Alex.
and we got we got split into two basically two divisions. One of them pushed for Web3, and one of them pushed for commercial, and both of them, and I couldn't choose between the two, because I love both. Because as an entrepreneur, I understand that we need this EPOS. We really do. Because this EPOS will drive SoftNote. SoftNote needs Tectum token to be created, and Tectum tokens goes into demand, price goes up, everybody's happy. You don't need to be Einstein to understand that. I'm not a very smart man, you know. I'm just persistent and consistent, and I understand the simple truths about life. We promised SoftNote. In order to make SoftNote, you need Tectum token, right? Simple enough. Well, where you get Tectum token? Well, you have to buy it, because we're not giving it away anymore. We have less than 1 million token left for even like maybe 800,000 token left for. I'm talking about team tokens. Rest is a market. Rest is being traded. And what do we do? And finally, You see, finally, when 2025 came, and Leon came, guy from New York, big on IPOs and trading.
Shout out to you, Leon.
Everybody knows Leon. He's on the weather. He's got heavy flu, and he just texted. He said, "Guys, please, next AMA, I'm yours." He says, I'm just down. I cannot even speak." Well, I talked to him. I can confirm that. He was like, "Ah." And
Yeah, he's been sick for a while.
it's okay next week. Let's do AMAs every week. And we finally realized the realities. And the realities is we have only that much funding. We're a small team. Like a really core team is like 15, 20 people. I mean, these are the people who low end, back end people, Delphi people, front UX testers, marketers, designers, right? And mobile developers, few people. Well, add it all up, 15 people core, and then you got the support team, which basically add up to like almost 90 people back in 2024, and then in 25 we says like, "Oh, guys, we gotta make a choice." We're not gonna be able to make everybody happy no matter what we do. It's impossible. It cannot be done. And we decided to finish EPOS, go revenue positive this year for sure. Hopefully this summer we're gonna go revenue positive. We're gonna have a new. Trev, send me a text. I'm gonna send you the screenshot of a new dashboard, so you get the idea of how dashboard is gonna look.
Perfect. Just send you out that message, and we'll get that up here.
Yeah, show it to the team. I mean, let them see how a new EPOS dashboard is gonna look. I mean, this thing is gonna be just yeah. You got it.
Got it
and
here. All right, 1 second here. Let's open this up.
This is fancy, I tell you this.
It's clean. I love all the data that it's showing here.
And it's very simple, in fact. It may look like a lot of numbers, columns, this and that. It's very simple. Very simple.
Do you want to break us down what we're looking at here, Dima?
If you zoom in, and I can.
I don't know that I can zoom in, actually. No, I do not have that capabilities.
Okay, that's fine. So basically, at the very top, you can see the main statistics. So basically, how many SoftNote stats in circulation, right? How many payments have been made? What's the average payment? That kind of thing.
Dima, you gotta zoom it. You gotta zoom it and scroll it from up and down, because it has like really exciting data in there. Can you zoom it?
That's up to Trav to zoom it. It's not my screen, it's Trav's screen. I'm not sure if you can zoom it.
Oh,
I'm trying to find a solution to that.
I've seen it myself, Alex. That's what I'm saying. I've seen it myself, so I can tell.
Trev, post it. Just post it JPEG in the chat. Let guys just see it for themselves, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, I would just like to emphasize that this specific dashboard is directly aimed at EPOS to show what we are doing, where we are operating, and how many people actually using EPOS. So
Perfect. I have just posted that underneath the live stream link. So if anyone does want to take a closer look at this, it is available for you. I also want to know. Go ahead.
And I copy it in our Telegram group.
Okay,
So people
perfect.
can pick it up from a Telegram group, so So it becomes history.
Perfect. No, that's wonderful, guys. So I will also note that we're not seeing any other questions coming into the chat here. So we are going to be wrapping this up very, very soon. I just want to make sure that we finish off this thought with the UI. This is the dashboard you're saying for the EPOS terminal. What?
Yeah,
This is it's no. Hold on a second. You are mostly correct. This is a layout for the new dashboard period.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a SoftNote dashboard will have, it has like down below, you can see, that's why I wanted you to zoom it. It has like SoftNote, Tectum token, TCT token, corporate accounts, tokenomic accounts. It's an approach. It's a vision.
Understood.
But obviously, you're absolutely correct. The one we wanted to emphasize is EPOS, because it's our priority now. So we show them EPOS statistics, how EPOS stats are gonna look like, but it will actually gonna be, it's completely new brand design for the entire our analytics dashboard page. Dashboard Amazing. Is gonna be completely renovated.
And everyone will have access to this, so you guys can keep tabs on the progress that's being made behind the scenes here as well.
Yes, of course, it's going to be on softnote.com.
Perfect. When it comes to transparency and accountability, I think this is a huge win in that department. Excellent. So Dima, was there anything you wanted to add to this?
No, that's it. Just wanna say that we did learn on our past mistakes, and I would say that transparency is one of the main, not just goals or aims. No, transparency is actually one of the very main things that we are bringing into the 2026. So
perfect.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. And what really is starting to connect the dots in my brain is that at first you mentioned the importance of actions speak louder than words. And what better way to prove your actions and fuel your actions than with transparency and accountability? So that's I think that's a great place to kind of end this off here. I just want to pass the mic around. Any final words from either of you guys before we wrap this up, or any other final points you wanted to make sure that we express to our community today?
Yeah, folks, ask questions. We will be doing these AMAs every week from now on. I mean, we're gonna attempt.
Yes,
we're gonna do our best
to the best of our abilities. Absolutely. Here, so definitely. If you guys if any questions come up between now and our next AMA, definitely keep note of those. Make sure to bring them with you to the AMA as well. And we are actively going through the comments here as we speak. So definitely make sure to send those our way, and we are happy to respond to those. Dima, any final words? Any final thoughts here?
I'd like to just say that no question is a bad question. If there is a question, then it means there has been basis for that question. Then it means that perhaps we as a team have not been clear enough somewhere, or perhaps we need to be simpler in a sense. So I would say every question is appreciated equally, and I'd like to thank our community for staying with us for so long. Some people made money, some people lost money, but our community is still as strong, and I would even say the strongest it has ever been. And this is, once again, I'm emphasizing on the point that, guys, if you want to become an ambassador in the sense of actually bringing merchants, please do text us, text us either in the group or, text us in.
Oh my God, we missed such a great point. Community, we need you. We need you for onboarding. We're gonna start producing a package of documents, onboarding documents, and we can can start actual onboarding. We're forming a team. We got like 3 people: Dmitry, Igor Shikhov, and then we're probably gonna get another person to do that. Onboarding is actually easy. You just you get access to the database, or you have friends who own a restaurant, or somebody who owns a coffee shop, and you just call the owner and say, dude, you're missing like 25 to 50% of your revenues because you don't accept crypto.
Yeah.
And why don't you just do it? It's not going to cost you anything. Just install the app, dude.
And this is the best thing, Alex, is that we're not looking for any like huge, marketplaces.
Just to get your waitresses to install the app.
Yeah.
Takes 5 minutes. So onboarding is really, it's really a no-brainer to do that. I know that because we have done it in 2024. We did like 240 people in 6 months.
Wow. I mean, it's one of the easiest sales pitches I've ever heard. The upside is clear and obvious, especially when you're comparing it to. You don't even have to compare it to things like Visa and MasterCard. It's not here to compete. It's here to expand.
No, this is Web3. This is Web3, Trav. We are one big family in a sense.
100%. So if you guys are interested in being an ambassador to help with the onboarding, definitely reach out to us. Join the Telegram group. Teams there constantly. So definitely let us know. There will be material and an onboarding package available. So definitely feel free to reach out, and we will definitely be delivering more information in terms of benefits and compensation for that in the very near future here as well here. So perfect. No, I'm glad that we emphasized that. I know we brought that up initially at one point, but we did not go into detail. So I am very glad that we're. I think it's a great place to end off this conversation here. So with that, I think we'll do just that here. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who joined us for our live stream today. We are pushing 500 viewers on all the different platforms on which we are streaming. So thank you guys for believing in us. Yeah, doing quite well. Really appreciate your guys' action today, your participation, your bullishness, your encouragement, your support, your honest questions. Hope that we were able to do you justice by answering those questions. And once again, we will be doing these much more frequently. So if you do have questions, definitely ask us next time. We're ready for you. My name is Trav, and this has been a great conversation here, guys. So we will see you guys either next week or the week after. I think that's fair to say. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Let's do next week, Johnny. Мы будем в Дубае, или are we gonna be in Dubai next week? Next Thursday. We're gonna be in Dubai next Thursday. Yeah, I'm gonna be probably in Dubai already next Thursday. I'm gonna have better internet.
Perfect. Excellent. We'll get a clean, crisper vision. Wonderful. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been an awesome hour and 10 minutes here. So appreciate you guys. Stay bullish, and we will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.
Take care.
Thank you, everybody. See you next week. Thanks.